In this video, we will talk about how to find the perimeter of a rhombus given just the length of the diagonals. So let's say that we have this rhombus right here, and we want to find the perimeter, so the length all around the outside of the rhombus. And all we're told is that this line segment right here has a length of 4, and this line segment right here has a length of 3. Given just this information, how could we find the perimeter of the rhombus? Well, there are 3 facts that we need to know about rhombuses that will really help us out. The first fact is that all sides of a rhombus have the same length. So this side, this side, this side, and this side, all 4 sides, they have the exact same length. So all we have to do is find the length of one of these sides, and then we'll be able to multiply it by 4 to find the perimeter. The second fact that will help us is knowing that the diagonals bisect each other. So this first diagonal right here perfectly bisects this diagonal right here. And what that means is if we know the length of half of a diagonal, for example, we know that this length of this diagonal is 4, that means the length of this other portion of the diagonal must also be 4. So we can write that if we want to. This must also be 4. And if this portion of this diagonal is 3, it's perfectly bisected by the other diagonal, which means the other half of it must also have a length of 3. So let's write that. And the last fact that will really help us is knowing that the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So that means that the diagonals form a 90-degree angle right here. So what we'll notice is that we have a right triangle right here. And we know the 2 side lengths of the triangle are 3 and 4, but we don't know the longest side, the hypotenuse. But since it's a right triangle, we know that the Pythagorean theorem applies. So what that says is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where c is the hypotenuse. So we can figure out c. In other words, we can figure out what this hypotenuse of the triangle is. So what we can say is that 3 squared plus 4 squared must be equal to this hypotenuse squared. So let's write that. 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to c squared. So 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16 is equal to c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25. And that's equal to c squared. To figure out what c is, we can take the square root of each side, and we'll be left with c is equal to the square root of 25 is 5. So that means this side length right here must be 5. Now we said that all sides of a rhombus have the same length, so if this side is 5, all 4 sides must be 5. So the total perimeter, let's write P, must be equal to 5 times 4, which is equal to 20. So that's our final answer. The perimeter of this rhombus is 20.